cookie, mama, hockey, ice. I actually think that ice ad-lib might be Offset's, I don't know. But yes, today in Fastest Verses, we will be looking at Takeoff, one of the rappers with the best ad-libs in the game, and the man that most people consider to be the underrated Migo. As you know, he just recently dropped his solo album, The Last Rocket, which my twin CDTV the G reacted to on his channel, so I thought now would be the perfect time to take a look at what his fastest verses are, and honestly, some of them are surprisingly fast. So with that being said, this is CDTV. I'd appreciate you following my Instagram because we're trying to hit 10k on there before the end of the year, and let's just take off. Can we get a slow clap and a laugh track right into this list?
Fuck the right niggas, don't fuck with the industry. Literally, I done been shot at like 50 cent. Fuck niggas having them feminine tendencies. Really, you niggas just envy me. Nigga be sneak this and think they offending me. While I rent to the rich niggas, they feeling me. I guess that bro.
Now, while this doesn't compare to the classic Game and 50 Cent song of the same name, which Takeoff actually references in his verse, it's still a very enjoyable song with an impressive Takeoff verse.
Smoking D's color dooley. Don't from me no set, I'm taking out with it. Call me damn it fatty. You know I work proud of you niggas, what not a. I can get you knocked out, that's done tomorrow to lure. I'm tired of the truth, but niggas can't kill it, so I gotta do it. Do it.
Now this song is weird to me because the instrumental for it is something that kind of starts to annoy me after 20 seconds, but Takeoff's verse is so good, and when you combine that, it just confuses my brain a little bit. This song has me conflicted, but Takeoff kills it. Now we got those quick honourable mentions out of the way, let's move on into the top 10. Look Alive is already one of my top songs from Ray Shrimmered, and the Migos putting their own spin on it made for a pretty good remix in my opinion. As with a lot of Migos tracks, Takeoff comes in clutch to deliver the most solid verse, and he gives us a nice bit of speed while doing so. Now, I do prefer the original version of this song, but this is not a bad alternative to the track by any means.
Nawfside. Nigga, they walking around with the second, they taking the pounds and breaking them down. What a beautiful day, my AK came equipped with 100 rounds. Niggas sucking like they got the crown. Find their body in the lost and found. Chop a lot of this surround sound. It's an undercover in the underground.
Each member of the Migos trio provide a great and relatively speedy verse on this song, and that of course includes our man of the hour, Liftoff. Hearing tracks like this actually really makes me wish that Takeoff dropped his solo album around the time when this was released, because whilst I still don't think he would have been amazing as a solo artist back then, he seemed to rap with a lot more force and passion when this dropped. Not to say that he never does that now, but it was something that to me was severely lacking on The Last Rocket.
Young nigga be styling, faking the fucking, you know her pussy got mileage. White bitches no bunnies mileage, booting no mileage. When they see me get excited, trap party trapping and dabbing up at the high. Double on serving J Bonds, I'm moving the silent. You nigga just like an action figure, I try it.
Unlike most of the songs on the project this song came from, and just most Migos songs in general, we have Offset performing the hook here, making for a nice switch up from Quavo doing them, and his hook leads perfectly into Takeoff's energetic verse. Now, one thing you're going to notice with almost all of these verses is that the lyrics are all very similar, with Takeoff commonly dropping lyrics about trapping and dabbing. He raps a lot about dabbing and jewelry, etc. But that really shows how good his flow is in my opinion, when it can make those repetitive lyrics sound smooth as hell. Here we have another verse that shows Takeoff is perfect for coming through and killing guest verses. The flow switches he pulls off here keep his verse changing up, and he was a fitting replacement for Skipper the Flipper, who appeared on the original version of this track. Also, real quick, Jose Guapo should sue Lil Pump for copyright infringement because this track was released in 2015, before Pump had even released a song, and Jose clearly drops an esceta at the start of this track. Absolutely despicable. I guess Pump isn't the original rapper that we all thought he was.
Take out. No monkey in the jungle, fly hot like a sauna. Watching nothing, I'm trying to weave an anaconda. Jumping in the water, trying to slip across the water. Got seagulls out, got me beat by Ferrano. I'll bag it, bag of money, know I gotta have it. Savage, but I'm still a gentleman.
This was the best song, or at least one of the best, on the Overloaded Culture 2 album, and Takeoff's verse definitely enhances the track a lot. This song stood out as it was one of the few tracks on the album that actually had a kind of interesting theme to it with the whole Narcos idea, with the instrumental itself contributing to this this idea as well. And Takeoff's flow is beautiful here, and his calm delivery that he employs makes the verse sound even smoother. He honestly was the highlight on most of the Culture 2 tracks, and that is also the case with this song.
I'm breaking them like a llama jet and fully busting my bed, no more flushing that. Twisted people to my nigga, not coming back, smoking no dry chicken from a laundromat. I got your bitch sucking me up, no similar. Chop vanilla nigga like he a thumb attack. Call her a money if you want Migo, she'll find it.
And at number 5, we've already hit an 8-syllable per second verse, which is pretty impressive for someone who isn't typically considered as a speed rapper. I didn't think he'd have so many verses above this threshold, but he does. This track showcases why Takeoff is often the best member of the group to have on the last verse of a track, because he really does make sure this one closes out strong. From bar 1, he instantly launches into rapid flowing, giving the track the energetic finish that it deserves, and showing that saving the best to last is always a pretty good idea.
Migos and Flippin, we don't do that double cut, nigga, we trip. Pull up in my match and we switch a strip. No Mac in the middle, the plug is my neck. Flip in the fiscal with a double in the neck. Why you call him Flipper, cause Flipper be flippin'. 30 racks, that is a 6. Notorious.
This was a collaboration between Takeoff and Skipper the Flipper, and they made an incredibly entertaining song with this one. The hook is already pretty enjoyable, with Takeoff and Skipper both performing different parts of it, but oh my god, when Takeoff's verse hits, things step up to the next level. This definitely contains one of his smoothest flows, and is one of those songs where once he starts rapping, he just does not take a second to press the brakes. This also makes me realize that sometimes people don't give Takeoff enough credit for his rhyme schemes. Whilst he does have repetitive lyrics as we've mentioned, he often has very smooth internal and multisyllabic rhymes, and that sometimes goes underappreciated.
To the Delaware. Best my jelly, I shop in the weather. My girl wanna be the seven stepper. Peter Piper, he don't bite the pepper. I'm Mike Phil, want a gold medal. Hit it with a left hand, hit it with a right knockout. They call me Mayweather. Some in the bitch is on.
This has definitely become one of my favorite Takeoff verses. There's no question about it. He 100% takes the spotlight on this remix. One thing you'll notice with a lot of the verses on this list is that quite a few of them were essentially slight variations of the same flow, but that isn't really the case with this one. I can't think of many other occasions where Takeoff legit sounds like he's going almost at chopper speeds, but that's what he does with this. With his enunciation also being pretty damn solid, it shows that Takeoff has the most potential as a speed rapper in the trio. On top of that, something about his delivery sounds a bit more emphatic than usual, and this only enhances how rapid the verse sounds. He did an amazing job on here.
I chop out the band on the board, come on the windows. I remember I can afford a finna bender. Now I'm fucking bitches in the Mac, I'm in the middle. I see you talking that pistol, but you ain't gon' shoot it with him. What the fuck is you doing, nigga? You might as well kill him. Niggas rapping and still in the flow, but nigga, I invented it.
This is another song on this list from YRN2, which is probably one of the most impressive Migos albums in terms of Takeoff verses. It's always fun to look at which member did the best on which album, and I think Takeoff took this one with tracks like Commando, Fall Back, Trippin', and this song Bars. It's pretty great because unlike most Migos songs, it just features back-to-back verses with no hook, just straight 5 minutes of the trio going off. I don't know if we'll ever hear many more tracks from the Migos like this one because they seem more concerned with making catchy hits now rather than bar-focused tracks, but at least we can always revisit tracks like this. Every member impresses on here, not least of all Takeoff.
Takeoff, Migo with a bachelor, we pull up as a wrestler. Whipping it up with a Terminator, break the spatula. Get the packet, then I wrap it up, and then I back it up. If I catch a murder, charge a private jet to Canada. Promoters ain't got my money, I'm shooting up your manager. Fucking my nigga, with you innocent by stand.
This one is just non-stop speed, and it is very impressive. I'm not lying when I say Takeoff's entire verse sounds exactly like that 10-second snippet that you just heard. He does not take a pause after he gets going on this one. It's also one of the few songs where Quavo actually raps fast too, so I guess Takeoff decided to kick it up a notch just to make sure he wasn't being out-rapped on this one. In fact, now that I think about it, this might be the fastest Migos song as a whole, not just Takeoff's. Even taking it a step further, the album this comes from is probably the most impressive display from the Migos in terms of speed overall. So if that's what you want, check this project out. All three members come through and destroy it, and as you know by now, this results in the fastest verse that we have received from the man who was left off Bad and Bougie. You know I couldn't end the video before slipping that joke in there. It had to be done. I apologize. Well guys, that is going to be it for the video today. Thank you so much for watching this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you can leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos similar to this one. I already have all the songs counted for Offset's fastest verses, so that'll probably be coming around the time that he drops his solo project. And like I said, my twin did react to Takeoff solo project, so if you want to check out that video, that'll be linked down in the description below. Also down there will be my social medias, Instagram, CDTV Productions, and Twitter at CDTV Productions. I would love to hit 10k on both of those, so I'd appreciate if you guys could go and follow me there. And yeah, pretty exciting. 2,000 more to go until 200k. It's kind of insane, so thank you to everyone that subscribed recently. This has been the best month for my channel in a long time, and I just want to keep that momentum going. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one, and this is your boy, CDTV Productions, signing out.